I want to share a message this morning on the difference between our faith and the faithfulness of God. How many of us can declare that we have faith? Everybody got faith? You got faith? You got faith? Everyone has faith. And I think so many times we put our faith ahead of the faithfulness of God in our lives. We have faith for finance, faith for miracles, faith for healing, faithful prayers for other people, and we have faith for all manner of things, but we tend to forget that our faith is really about the faithfulness of our Heavenly Father. So let's see what the dictionary says about faith. It defines it as faith as a complete trust or confidence in someone or something. How many of you drive a bike here or a car here and you have faith that the wheels will keep going and the engine will keep going? I think some of the greatest faith is when I go to the light switch and I put it on, and as I hit the switch, the lights go on. And you know that little bit of panic that goes in when you put it on and it doesn't switch on. Other night I've been on one of these border runs, and I still said to my friend Penny, I'm going to go home, I'm going to chill, make something to eat, and then I'm going to watch some Netflix. I was super excited, prepared my meal, sat down, and there was no Netflix. And I use Netflix to fall asleep, so needless to say, I sat around for a long, long while, and bitterly disappointed that when I pushed the button, it wasn't there. What does the Bible say about faith? In Hebrews 11:1 it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now my faith was tested this Friday when I went on that border run, and I sat next to two atheists. But the one was quite vocal about everything, and he used a couple of choice words. And he said, so what about, how can you be so stupid to believe in something that you can't see? I thought about it a little bit, and I said, yes, but I don't have to see it to believe it. I think the tendency with us is unless we can feel, see, or touch, unless one of our senses are engaged, we battle to believe. And as the conversation went on, and it was a long journey, it was about 1,200 k's of journey with this chap. So now I'm trying to think of a good comeback. And I said, I'll tell you what, why don't you take God's 7-day challenge? He says, what's that? I said, it's actually not in the Bible, but I want to challenge you that for the next 7 days, trust God for something totally impossible in your life. And if nothing happens, you didn't believe in anyways, it's not going to matter. But what if? And you go, yeah, but you know, in the Bible it says, gentle Jesus, meek and mild. I said, no, it doesn't. He said, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. I said, I'll tell you what, as part of your challenge, you go and research all the things that you've told me why I shouldn't believe in God, because it's written in the Bible. And then when you come back and you prove them all to me that's written in the Bible, then I'll follow your way and I won't follow the Bible's way. I said, is that a deal? He's like super keen. I said, here's the thing. He doesn't realize that as soon as he starts to read God's Word, it will start to permeate. And all the lies and all the misconceptions will become truth. And he may even still get to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. What is your hope? What is the substance that you need to see before you start to believe that God says He is who He is and He'll do what He has promised to do? And earlier on I asked if we all have faith, and we all agreed, but each one of us has a different measure of faith. Many of you have great faith. I don't have that kind of privilege. I have little faith. But God's so kind that He will use my little faith by His Holy Spirit and perform that and complete that which He has started. And maybe you're a little bit like me, that from time to time, when I get a little bit under the weather and I struggle, I say to God, give me more faith. I need more faith in order to be able to do what you've called me to do and to obey that which you've asked me to do. I need more faith. The truth is, we don't need more faith. We need our unbelief to be dealt with. So each one of us has a measure. What are we doing with our measure? Are we sitting back and chilling, having much to say, criticizing, looking at other people at what they're doing or they're not doing, and say, you know what, this is what you should be doing? And that's what I said to that gentleman in the van. I said, gee, for somebody who doesn't believe in the Bible, you're quite skilled at telling me what I should believe and what I shouldn't believe. I said, that should be of no concern to you because you believe in nothing. So I find it extremely difficult to believe in nothing. And we all want to believe in something. The thing is, where are we placing our faith? Romans 12 verse 3 says, for I say, through grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think more highly than he ought to think, but think soberly, as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith. I think it's time for each one of us to start applying that measure. And I think when life goes on and difficulties come, we start to shy back and we say, Lord, how do you expect me to cope? How do you expect me to do all of these things when there's so much coming up against me? The economy's not bad. Relationships aren't bad. This is going on. How do you expect me to walk with my measure of faith? I think what happens to us sometimes, we have faith in our faith. And we forget we ought to have faith in God's faithfulness because He is a faithful God. Faith is intimately linked to trust. How do you have faith in anyone or anything if you don't trust them? And trust has become a very difficult and scarce commodity because you can get into a business deal and you can have every legal document in place and there's a measure of trust, and when the time comes to fulfill the role that this document demands of you, it kind of falls by the wayside. For those of you that have tried to make claims out of insurance companies, there's trust. Because when you sign the document for your insurance, you trust that whatever the person promises you will start to do it, that the moment you call in that insurance policy and you say, I'm in trouble, now's the time. It's amazing how meticulous they are. They're quick to sell it. The sell is very quick. Boom, 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 sign here, sign here, sign here. And no, we'll handle everything. Now comes the day to claim. So you're in trust and in faith, you go and see the people who say, right, I'm ready to receive, shall I just give you my banking details? I say, well, it's not so easy. Maybe one or two problems. And you'll find that one person will come and another person will come, and each one is to find another loophole in that trust, in that document, so that they don't need to fulfill that which they have promised. And that's just insurance. What about other agreements, other covenants, other contracts that we do? Because when the time comes to fulfill it, then we go 20 steps back and say, yes, I understood what you said, but with God it wasn't like that. You see, first of all, He didn't have to make a covenant with anyone. He's the sovereign God. Doesn't need anyone, doesn't need anything. And yet, that's what He chose. As Christians, we're not called to have faith in our faith, or faith in the ability to apply faith. We must always put our faith back into Jesus Christ, who is the center of our faith. In fact, it says in Hebrews 12 verse 2, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before Him endured the cross, despising shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. the author and finisher. You see, before time began, he started to author the faith that you and I walk in. And when time ends for us, he'll be there, because he's not subject to time. What are you doing with your faith? Is faith a commodity that's easy to walk by? Or have we forgotten that faith is a gift from God? In order to operate by faith, it needs to be a heartfelt understanding. I think sometimes we have faith here. And you can even get some literature that will teach you how to induce faith. So you'll stand there and it says you name and you claim it. So you just keep on saying it, you keep on saying it, you keep on saying it, you keep on saying it, and then eventually it will just happen. Name and claim. Is that what God's called us to do? Because He called us to be faithful, even as He is faithful towards us. Without understanding the love, the goodness, and the kindness, and the faithfulness of God, our faith will be futile. It will amount to nothing. We put our faith in so many systems and so many things out there because that's what the guarantee says. I mean, if you buy a cell phone and it says the battery life on this cell phone is 7 days. Get a bit bummed like after day number 2 and it goes flat. I have an incredible phone that runs on a 2-hour battery life. And the good news is you can't change the battery. So I'm constantly going from place to place, putting my faith in a power source to get my battery back where it should be so that I can get the phone to function in the way that it should. Our faith has to be based on a total and complete trust in God. Not in the church, not in literature, not in our prayers, not in our fasting, not in the things. Our faith has to be based that we will be faithful to God and He is faithful to us. So God decides that it's a good thing to make a covenant with somebody that didn't deserve it. Didn't really know who God was, and that's our dear friend and father Abraham. And what is a covenant? A covenant is greater than a contract, and it presumes that the one initiating the covenant will be faithful, even if the other party is not. It is a pledge of complete and utter faithfulness. Like people would live together prior to getting married, because it's a piece of paper. It's just it's a formality. And maybe they do it successfully for many years. And all's fine, and then one day they decide to make the covenant. Just 6 months later, what happened? No, I finally found out who this person was. You see, a covenant is totally different to a contract. A covenant is about total faithfulness. In Genesis chapter 12, from verse 1 to 3, we hear about this faithfulness. Now God had said to Abraham, get out of your country, from your family and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great. And you shall be a blessing. I will bless those that bless you. I will curse him that curses you. And in all your families of the earth shall be blessed. We are walking in the blessings of God because of the covenant God made with Abraham. Here was somebody, his life was sorted out, he had everything together, and God says to him, what I want you to do is, I want you to go to a strange land, to a people you do not know, that I will show you. I think many times we stand there and we say to God, I was thinking what I would like to do is I would like to go there. and I would like to do this, and I would like to do that. And then it falls flat. And then we go back to God and say, how could you let that happen? Well, you told me you were going there. I could have told you don't go there, but you see, you applied the freedom of your will. And many times we suffer the consequences of the freedom of having a free will. And you can speak to many people that are angry with God and disappointed in God and say God is unfaithful because they did things in disobedience according to their own ways and fell flat, and then went back and said, I'll fix it up now. You see, we can't do that to a sovereign God. That's why He's sovereign. So in this instance, God pledged His own faithfulness to Abraham, even though Abraham had faulted many times. He lied, he cheated, he told the authorities that Sarah was his sister. He wangled. And yet throughout the whole situation, God remained faithful. And we see throughout the Old Testament, God just continually is faithful. He'll give us opportunity to make right with the things we're doing wrong. For a little while we're doing fine, and then fall down. And then he never ever changed his mind about the covenant. And even when people cried out and said, Lord, help us, we're having a hard time, we're battling, He was faithful and saved us and saved His people from disaster through His love, His kindness, and His goodness. In the book of Lamentation, chapter 3, verse 22 to 23, it says this: Through the Lord's mercy we are not consumed, because His compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. We actually sing that song. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, O God. What are we doing with the faithfulness of God? Are we being faithful back? Are we being faithful to the things that He's called us to do? Do we show faithfulness in our day-to-day dealings with people, in our day-to-day dealings at work, whether it's our careers, doesn't matter what it is? How's our faith and how's our faithfulness? In 2 Timothy 2:13 it says this: If we are faithless, He remains faithful. He cannot deny Himself, because He is a true and a faithful God. What are we doing? 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. There's been so many situations that I've stood in front of God and I said, I cannot go one more step. I don't want to get up. I just can't make it. I cannot bear this thing. How am I going to get through this thing? And because of His faithfulness, I'll wake up the next day and it will be a better day. And things will be easy. You see, God knows what we're able to endure. And sometimes we need to be able to go through stuff that will temper us and try us and test us and give us courage to be able to endure even greater things. But even more so is to go to people that are going through those very things and say to them, because of the faithfulness of God, I was able to endure A, B, C, D. And I want to tell you and I want to encourage you, keep pressing on, because God will come through in the end. What have you been trusting God for that is seen just to be so much that you cannot bear? Financial difficulty? Relationship difficulty? What is it that has come to a point in your life where you just say, that's it, I'm out of here, I can't do this anymore? And I want to encourage us with this last scripture. It's in Romans 8 from verse 38 to 39. It says this: I am persuaded that neither death nor life, angels nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present nor things to God, which is in Jesus, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. You see, everything outside God is created. So that means when he says that nothing, it means nothing. Oh, but Russ, you don't understand the people that I live with, they are such heathens and they keep attacking me because of my faith, and I'm not sure I can do this anymore. Nothing. I'm under such spiritual attack, that I think there are people that's trying to curse me, and nothing. What is that thing that is holding you back, that you feel that you just can't, and that God has forsaken you, that God has left you, and that God's not interested in the minor details of your life? God is interested in every single thing about your life. And the greatest thing about it is that you are a success, and that you do well. And like those marathon runners, that you will end the race, but not just end it or just finish it, but that you will finish strong. That you will hear those words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." How easy is it to serve God? By serving His people. How easy is it for us to show faithfulness in the small things that God's given us? You see, we constantly say, and I know even in the work area, you'll be doing a certain job, but you already feel that you need to replace the manager because you can do a better job. That's me, I'm sorry. I haven't found one manager that's good enough to manage me. I need to be doing his work. And I remember once I went for an interview, one of many I might add. And their favorite question is, they ask you a lot, then they go, "So tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years in this company?" I said, "Well, I'm glad you asked me that. Because my career path is to one day sit where you're sitting." That was not a good idea. The interview ended, he shook my hand and said, "I'll let you know shortly." I'm still waiting for that call. You see, nobody wants somebody to come in and to replace them. Nobody wants to be in a position to train somebody up so that they can now come in and take your place. And that's what's so beautiful about being faithful to God, is that we get to be co-heirs with Christ. We get to co-labor with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit's not intimidated that we start to learn more and more about God and about His faithfulness and move in the realm of His faithfulness. He doesn't go, "Oh, heck, I can't believe all these Christians are playing catch up with me. Soon I'll be out of a job." And then you're walking along and there's the Holy Spirit sitting on the side of the road, all gone. I don't have anything left to do. Now He encourages us. Go, 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 more. And then there's Jesus thinking, "Father, I am your beloved Son." And now you've got all these people coming along as beloved sons and daughters. I mean, do you have capacity for all of us? God has more capacity than we can ever imagine. What I'm going to do this morning, I'm going to call a couple of people up. We're going to share about the faithfulness of God, things that they've had to endure, things that are so, now don't worry, I won't hit you. So your answer. I won't hit you. Things that they've gone through to say, "You're a faithful God." I'll call Björn first.
There are a couple of things. Firstly, being away from Penny has been, for 6 weeks, been crazy. The longest we've ever been apart. And probably 5 weeks longer than we've ever been apart in 27 years. And I always appreciated her, but you do recognize that immense loss of not having her around. So I've been blessed with an incredible marriage. Second time around, first time didn't do so well. And our God is a faithful God. And He has restored us. And He forgives, and He restores, and thankfully we have a wonderful marriage, so I'm thankful for that. But it's been a pretty tough time for us since our boat sank some 7 weeks or so ago. We're still waiting on the outcome from the insurance, which is probably why Russell brought up that story. We don't know whether the insurance is going to pay us or not. If they don't, lost everything. But we still trust in God, irrespective. We still worship God, irrespective. We're not just good time Christians, because our God is faithful to us in any of it. So, yeah, we go forward in life. We are expecting the worst, but we are hoping for the best. And if insurance pays us out, then that'll be great. If they don't, it's not going to sway us from our love of God. But we have been challenged quite a lot over the past period. And yeah, sometimes you get to what's end. I know that Penny had that right from the outset. Our biggest problem is getting our dogs, our furry family back home to South Africa. And it's been an incredibly difficult journey. It hasn't been easy. Firstly, we haven't had anyone that's wanted or been able to take the blood tests to send back to South Africa. Secondly, we've struggled to get a courier service to take it back. And there have been some horror stories of people sending the blood back to South Africa, and because they're only testing a Wednesday, if the blood happens to get there either too early or too late, then the samples expire and they have to do it again, and it's very costly to do it. And so Penny was at her wit's end, and eventually she cried out to God and said, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to turn. And then God obviously inspired her with an idea, and so it hasn't happened yet, but we're trusting that if God puts an idea in your head, that there is validity to that. So we're just walking in faith, and we're trusting. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our dogs to one of the neighbouring states who don't have all those blood tests to deal with, and then from there we're going to get into South Africa. That is our hope, and we're trusting in God for that, so we're going to move along in that. From our side, there have been a number of other issues because the boat hasn't been earning us any money. Finances have been exceptionally tight. And so, yeah, we've had some money owed to us from the transfer of a property in South Africa, and now for some reason, the attorneys dealing with the case have withheld 50,000 rand, which is, I don't know what, 110,000, 120,000 baht here, that she should have paid in. She promised to pay it in over a month ago. She hasn't done so, so whether she has it or not, I don't know. But we've needed that money for me to get Penny and the dogs out. Without it, we were going under. And so there I was in South Africa with the full expectations that somebody was going to, that she was going to be paying me the money. And suddenly it wasn't materialized. And I was got to the end of my tether, and I thought, you know, I don't know where to turn. So I basically cried out to God and said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I need your input. I need you to turn. You need to do something because I can't do it. Anyway, and I should know. I don't know why every time I get to that point, God always comes through. So I don't know why I shouldn't get to that point a little bit earlier. But the next morning, without preamble, I open up my WhatsApp messages or my messages, and I get a notice from the bank to say that South African Revenue Service has put money into my account. Totally unannounced. Normally they let you know 1 or 2 weeks in advance that you're going to be getting this money. Nothing came out. Just suddenly, money that they owed us arrived. And then a week later, another bit of money, also from the Revenue Service that we've been waiting for over a year, suddenly arrived. Now, if that's not God's hand in our lives, then I don't know what is. So sometimes I have to learn to trust God a little bit earlier than I do. I shouldn't get to the point of despair. And so, yeah, I think that we should walk in faith. We should trust God a lot earlier than we do. We need to ask, we need to cry out to Him earlier, we need to pray for those things to come to pass. And so, I'm just thankful that we do have a God that is faithful to us, that He does come through when we need Him.
Amen. Yeah, very good. Nice. She's so excited about this. She's chomping at the bit. It's like, she's brought some ammunition.
last Tuesday when we had this house fellowship, Russell brought up about our faith to God, and then I shared that my faith was tested when it was like 2015 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So when I found out I had it, there were so many questions. Why? And there's a lot of things going on that time. And I remember I was so scared, so much fear that I'm going to die. But as we keep on praying, the family, the church, we praying. And then I just heard something that said, why don't you turn your fear into your faith to God? Just give. So I was like, yeah, why am I so scared that I have a God, a living God that will heal me? It's just that like my faith that time will be so little, that's why I'm so scared. But I just give everything. I just say, Lord, I just give my faith to you. I know that you will heal me. I believe because I know that whatever comes out of our mouth, that's going to be happening. So I just keep praying. Many people pray for me. We pray, and then the Lord just said, just give it to me, and I'll take care of everything. Because if I keep on planning and thinking of what to do, and then I get frustrated because that's what I don't like. But if I give it to the Lord, and then I just give up to Him everything, and I'm healed because of my faith. I'm healed because of my faith. So every day, it's still, we still face challenges and struggles, but if we just give our faith to the Lord, and He will take care of everything, and we will understand why things happen. So, thank you.
She was really nervous about standing up. So she's a teacher. She teaches little kids. So I said, what you must do is when you look at them, just imagine that they are little kids and they can't harm you. So I think that's what is in the mind. Anybody?